lecture is titled Sex Hormones, Aging and Sexuality by Dr. Bev Knox. First, let us define sex hormones. What is it? And why should we care, especially if we're over 40? Well, let's talk about it. Sex hormones are basically any of the hormones that stimulate various reproductive functions. Primary sources of sex hormones are the male and female gonads, like testes and ovaries. They are stimulated to produce sex hormones by the follicle-stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone, secreted by the pituitary gland. The principal male sex hormones, androgens, include testosterone, and female sex hormones include the estrogens, progesterone, and prolactin.
According to Dr. Needle, the aging process has a tremendous impact on sexual functioning and satisfaction. As we age, we tend to have more medical issues, and many medications can impact sexual function. We often experience changes in our sexual behavior, desire, what we find arousing, and overall sexual well-being. Aging is a complex biological process characterized by gradual physiological, cellular, and molecular alterations that affect nearly all organ systems. Among the most profound and systemic changes are those involving the endocrine system, where the synthesis, secretion, and regulatory control of hormones undergo significant modifications. As stated, some of the biological changes we experience as we age involve hormones. For example, when women reach middle age, they experience something called menopause. This happens because the body stops producing estrogen. Some of the results of decreased estrogen production include vaginal dryness, decreased lubrication, and loss of elasticity in the vaginal tissues. This often leads to discomfort and even pain during intercourse. In some cases, there may be a decrease in nipple and clitoral sensitivity.
For men, however, this is not an event with a beginning and an end, but rather a gradual process of decreasing testosterone levels. This is often called andropause. It's important for healthcare professionals to be able to distinguish between typical age-related declines in hormone levels and when there may be a problem with hormone production, a condition called hypogonadism. Another area of biological change has to do with changes in the genitals themselves. Men may experience a decrease in the frequency and firmness of their erections, as well as a longer time between erections. It's also important to note that while changes in sexual function with age are normal, problems are not. While it is typical to require more or different stimulation to get an erection, and those erections may be less frequent and less firm, erectile dysfunction is not considered a normal aspect of aging. Before diving into our fun topics of this course, we have to learn the basic concepts of human sexuality. But first, just a reminder, we do have several sponsors for this course, so please review them and utilize their services as you see fit. That will be very helpful to us. Now, let us dive into Dr. Knox's learning video lecture, Sex Hormones.
This lecture is entitled Sex Hormones and the Hormonal Regulation of Sexual Behavior by Dr. Bev Knox. According to the National Library of Medicine, sexual behavior is a hormonally regulated, innate social behavior found across species. Although both sexes seek out and engage in sexual behavior, the specific actions involved in mating are sexually dimorphic. Thus, the neural circuits mediating sexual motivation and behavior in males and females are overlapping yet distinct. Furthermore, sexual behavior is strongly dependent on circulating gonadal hormones in both sexes. Now, in regards to the hormonal regulation of sexual behaviors are often conceptualized into two categories: appetitive and consummatory, Jennings 2020. Appetitive sexual behavior entails actions that increase the likelihood of mating to occur and are thought to reflect sexual motivation. Consummatory sexual behavior entails the act of mating itself and is highly sexually dimorphic. Sexual behavior in both sexes is strongly regulated by circulating concentrations of gonadal steroid hormones, including androgens, testosterone, estrogens, estradiol, and progesterone. The main categories of sex hormones are androgens, more prevalent in biological males, of which testosterone is a primary example, and estrogens, more prevalent in biological females, of which estradiol is a primary example. It is important to note that all individuals have both androgens, male hormones, and estrogens, female hormones, but the relative proportion of the hormones present in a given body varies, usually correlated with biological sex. According to Baum, 2025, testosterone is secreted by the testes in males and in small amounts by the ovaries in females, although most is converted to estradiol. A small amount of testosterone is also secreted by the adrenal glands, endocrine glands positioned on top of the kidneys, in both sexes. Estrogens are secreted by the ovaries in females and by fat cells in both sexes. Male and female reproductive systems are different at birth due to differences in primary sex characteristics, but the gonads, testes in males and ovaries in females, are immature and incapable of producing gametes, sperm in males and eggs in females, or sex hormones. Maturation of the reproductive system occurs during puberty, when hormones from the hypothalamus and pituitary gland stimulate the testes or ovaries to start producing sex hormones again. Sex hormones, in turn, lead to the growth and maturation of the reproductive organs, rapid body growth, and the development of secondary sex characteristics, such as pubic and underarm hair in both sexes, facial hair in males, and breasts in females. Hormones can influence behavior, and behavior can sometimes influence hormone concentrations. Hormones travel through the blood, influencing the nervous system to regulate an individual's behaviors, some of which are related to sexuality and reproduction, such as aggression, mating, and parenting. Now the question is, how might hormones affect behavior? While hormones do not cause behavioral changes, they influence the components that interact to produce behavior: sensory systems, input, the central nervous system, integration, and muscles and glands, output. In this manner, specific stimuli are more likely to elicit certain responses in the appropriate behavioral or social context. In other words, hormones change the probability that a particular behavior will occur in the appropriate situation. Nelson, 2011. This is a critical distinction that can affect how we think of hormone-behavior relationships. In those cases, hormones can be considered to affect behavior by influencing any or all of these components. Please be advised, this is an educational, academically sound psychology course by Dr. Bev Knox for adult student learners. Lecture content include discussions and representations of human sexuality, theoretical perspectives on sexuality, sex research, sexual anatomy, sex hormones, sexual arousal, attraction and love theories, gender and sexuality, sexual orientation, variations in sexual behavior, sexual coercion, sex for sale, sexual disorders, and sex therapy, ethics and religion on sexuality, and sex laws. Before beginning the course, please be mindful of your capacity to witness and respond to videos, books, and images of this content material.